Hi there, when it is the 1st of August 2017, Typhoon Naru continues to stir up the oceans towards the south of Japan today. This is a powerful storm system. Actually, it was rated a super typhoon by the Joint Typhoon Warning Center over this past week, and since then has been downgraded. A little bit of a dry air intrusion. You can actually see it here in the visible satellite imagery coming in from the north and wrapping into our storm system, the eye even clearing out a little bit. But overall, this is maintaining that typhoon intensity. AMA keeping it at that very strong status with winds about 90 gusting to 130 knots. It's down from 100 knots earlier on today. Still very strong with pressure around 940 hectopascal. For the sake of comparison though, the Joint Typhoon Warning Center also keeps it about 100 knots, gusting up to 125 knots, moving towards the west-northwest. About 7 knots. So it's moving very slowly, and that is the key thing you want to take away from this update. This is moving towards the northwest. It is a strong storm. It is moving slowly, and there is a very competitive steering flow with this storm system. What I mean by that, actually, let's take a look at overall background flow here, and you can kind of see a few things. We have an area of high pressure over Kyushu right now, a little bit of a trough off towards the north, and another area of high pressure just towards the east of the storm system, and also a little ridge over northern Japan. Now, right now, this is tracking more towards the west-northwest, and it wants to head towards that trough. But the thing is, this is only going to head towards that trough over much of central Japan as long as that trough is there. But weather and dynamics in the atmosphere globally is not stationary. If it was stationary, forecasting would be exceptionally easier, but everything is fluid, just like water flowing around the bathtub. You really can't predict where everything is exactly going to be going all the time, and that's the case kind of with this storm system. It's a tricky one, because as our storm system slowly tracks towards the northwest, our trough starts to move away, and an area of high pressure along with that upper level ridge over northern Japan, or excuse me, over the Sea of Japan, moves over into northern Japan as we head through Wednesday, and that kind of blocks our guy off, and that is why we have been seeing the track more so over the past 24 hours edge further and further towards the southwest because of this area of high pressure here in the north. And as that happens, as we go ahead into Thursday and Friday, our storm system is likely going to take a more westerly track towards the southern Japanese islands, actually, according to the ECMWF model. Now, that's what you're looking at right here as our storm system kind of tracks off in that direction, really making landfall in the Amami region. But there is a pretty decent chance it also could hit Okinawa heading into Saturday and Sunday as well. It all depends on how strong that area of high pressure is expected to be back here towards the north. Compare models up. GFS is also making this more westerly track, but it takes it right around Kagoshima, heading up there towards southern Kyushu eventually, and then eventually further inland. Big thing I note with the GFS model, though, it's almost been bringing laughable low pressure ratings out of it. If our storm system drops down to 870 hectopascals in the forecast, and this is actually verified, this would be a record-breaking typhoon, as potent as Typhoon Tip, making landfall in Japan. That is just a ridiculously low pressure reading, and it's why sometimes and why models are not always the thing you want to look at. You want to have a professional opinion to kind of back it up. I would never discredit one of these models. They are supercomputers. They're very good at what they're doing, but sometimes 870 hectopascals, that is absolutely incredible. And if all the models start to agree with this ridiculously low pressure rating and our storm system starts to rapidly intensify, then yes, I would definitely be throwing flags up everywhere. Right now, it is eyebrow raising, but I'm not convinced that our storm system is going to get anywhere close to 900 hectopascals this far north. So I do expect this west-northwesterly projection with our storm system from the Amami Islands to Okinawa to Kyushu to Shikoku. Everybody should be watching this. I do expect a little bit of weakening with that drier intrusion, but then some re-intensification. Will it get down to 900 hectopascals? I don't think so, but the problem is the models are suggesting intensification, and that means people should be really preparing in those areas along the Pacific coastline of Japan, even back towards the north from Osaka, and I think Tokyo eventually you're going to be getting some rainfall, but not typhoon strength winds based on today's forecast. You want to be preparing for a strong typhoon out here. especially down from Kyushu through Okinawa, though. I really can't reiterate that enough. It's our first major typhoon. Actually, this is the first typhoon of the season, our first major one, and likely our first landfalling one. So the first ones usually catch people off guard a little bit because there are limited fresh storms in people's minds. Of course, Taiwan, you have a fresh storm in your mind out here with our tropical storm Nessa and Hatung. Also down towards the Philippines, have been seeing pretty heavy rainfall. But as far as Japan is concerned, nothing even remotely close to a typhoon, and definitely not anything of the intensity we did see with this about 24 hours ago, and the possibility with some of the models even predicting this re-intensifying as it tracks further towards the west. So, yeah, definitely prepare for this one as it moves overhead, especially for those of you down here towards the south. All right, guys, I know my updates have been limited. I'm actually prepping the move. That's something I have not been posting in my updates very much recently, but yeah, I'm leaving the country soon. I'll still try to make these updates as much as possible, but the thing is, yeah, right now it's just busy time overall, but I had a little time here to throw this together on this update. Also, you can check me out still for the next couple weeks on NHK World, so please do that if you want to watch me in front of the green screen. All right, guys, stay safe out there. I have another update tomorrow. Bye.